Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5, Return of the Mandalorian, which is written by Jon Favreau and directed by Bryce Dallas Howard and was released on January 26, 2022. So yeah, it was a great episode of The Mandalorian. So, therefore, it's kind of a meh episode of the Book of Boba Fett. And that's my only complaint on the episode. Other than that, it's a very good episode. It has a lot of series or season premiere-like moments. And just was a great episode. But it's not an episode of The Mandalorian. It's an episode of the Book of Boba Fett, which doesn't have the titular character, so it just felt odd in that sense. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints. I had great, like I said, season premiere-like moments. A lot of great, plot movements for The Mandalorian. Had like great fun moments and whatnot. So, it was just a very good episode. The general gist of the episode is Din is looking for his Mandalorian clan. Which he finds them on this ring-looking space station, which his clan is now only the armor and Paz Vizsla. But he shows them the Darksaber, and the armor tells him all about it, and tells him about the Great Purge, and we see Mandalore on screen in live action for the first time, which is cool. But she smelts his spear, because I guess she tells him it was used against Mandalorians, so agrees for it to be smelt into something for Grogu. But then Paz challenges Din for the Darksaber, and Din agrees. But I guess Din wins. The armor kind of does break them up before anything can happen. It asks them if anyone has seen their face, which didn't reveal that someone has, and so she, kicks him out, but then asks if there's a way for himself to be redeemed, which I guess is going to this cave on Mandalore or something like that, and there he will redeem himself. So yeah, then doing cult-like activities and going back to the cult, even though he's learned that it's a cult. So yeah, but then heads to Tatooine, where he meets up with Pelimoto, because I guess, he's ordered her to find him a new ship, thinking it's going to be a Razor Crest, but she reveals it's an old N1 starfighter, which needs to still be fixed up. And so then they both fix it up, modify it, give a bunch of more guns and weapons and whatnot. The N1 starfighters are usually yellow. This one's silver and whatnot. But Din takes it for a test flight across Tatooine and into space, where he runs into two X-Wings, one of which is Carson Teva. But he asks Din about, if he's been in Navarro and owned a Razor Crest, which obviously Din says no, and then Din has one of the modifications on the N1 Starfighter was go real fast, and so he uses that. And then lands back on Tatooine, where Pelia says someone, a friend of his, visited, which is real that Fennec has came to, offered in a job, which Din agrees to, but says first he's got to meet up with an old friend, which I assume means Grogu. But it was a fun episode. I really like seeing Din use the Darksaber. You see him struggling at the start of the episode. He's claiming a bounty to get information on where his Mandalorian clan is. And he uses the Darksaber during any cuts himself on using it. He also, we see him practicing with the armor before Paz challenges him. And even though, like, the Darksaber isn't a heavy weapon, he's thinking it's a heavy weapon and, struggling to hold it and whatnot. I really liked all that stuff. And really everything from the first half was just really great. The second half, still a lot of good stuff. There's a lot more fun than anything. The end one, Starfighter and whatnot. So, yeah. I think it was an all-around good episode. A great episode of The Mandalorian. Really moved the Mandalorians along nicely. But this is an episode of the Book of Boba Fett, and it doesn't even have Boba Fett in it. And it doesn't really move the Book of Boba Fett's story along. Other than that, they're hiring the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. So yeah, this episode, I just don't really know what to rate it. Because it's one I really, really liked, but have one major complaint for, and that it's not an episode of the series it's a part of. So yeah, but I guess I grade as an episode of the Book of Boba Fett, I give it a B+. As an episode of The Mandalorian, it's probably an A, maybe even A+. It's just a great episode, but yeah. Anyways, I was getting this one out late. On Wednesday, I'll be doing a review of the chapter 6, so you can check that out then. But in the meantime, you can check out my first 4 reviews and all my other Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian videos and everything else I do. But I've been Stars, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer.
Jabba ruled with fear